long time no speak. I think it's been about 6 months, 5-6 months since I filmed one of these vlog style videos. And like, I'll be honest and I'll be real with it. Like, I've wanted to film one and I've tried, but I'm just very bad around talking about things I'm doing without actually done them yet. I don't like talking about things I'm gonna do. I'd rather do them and then show you the result of that. And that's kind of what fired me up the most to try and pick up the camera again and do these documentation style videos, is because a lot has changed in the last 6 months. Business, Club Closer wise, much better. That business is flying, it's doing great. And we lived in Copenhagen for the summer, ran a couple races, I think, since we last spoke, and I now moved back to Dubai, in which I moved into a gorgeous apartment, which we absolutely love, that's very close to our friends. And yeah, I'm just feeling very happy with how everything's going. I got a new car, Toyota Land Cruiser, and maybe I'll show you it. But it's one of those cars that if you know, you know, which I think is way more my style than anything too flash. But I guess the biggest thing is that I've been building a software company. And that's kind of the main premise of this video, is I want to show you guys that. I want to share it with you. I want to tell you about it because, yeah, I've always idolized the idea of having a software company or having a company that can be exited. And previous businesses I've had, the marketing agency, the Click Club, and Club Closer, which I obviously still run and operate. As great as they are, and they're very cash flow heavy businesses, you can't sell them. And there's something about building a business that other people look at and be like, yeah, I want to buy that thing, that makes me excited. So yeah, I've always wanted to do it, and I didn't want to just build something that I wasn't passionate about or didn't truly believe in. So I've kind of not done it until now, but the last sort of 12 months, I've been thinking about it, and the last sort of 6 months I've been working on it. And yeah, we built a product which allows sales reps to practice better and more efficiently and improve faster with the help of AI assisted role plays and instant feedback on every call. I will dive in and give you a full rundown of the product, but this video isn't for me to demo it, it's just to tell you about kind of the building process. Yeah, it's been 6 months in the making, and throughout this video I want to share the story of kind of how it's come to be where it is at now. We've already got 30 plus users. We're already a 3K MRR, which is cool, having only launched less than a month ago. But yeah, I want to dive into all of that. I got to take the car quickly for a service. First, maybe I'll show you it. Then when I get home, I'll run you through it all and how it came to how I actually started the thing. Alright, so just got back from getting the car serviced, and I wanted to touch on why I've built Rep Arena. And there's two main reasons for this. And I'll start with the selfish reason. Selfish reason being, I've always wanted to build a company I can exit. I've always wanted to sell a company for tens, hundreds of millions of dollars. And it's a lifelong goal of mine, and I truly believe Rep Arena could be the company that does that. However, in order to sell a company for a significant amount of money, you obviously need to have a good company. You need to have a good product, you need to have happy customers, you need to have a lot of happy customers. And it needs to not be tied to a personal brand as such. A company like Club Closer, it's very much I am the face of it, so therefore, if I was to sell it, like, I would still have to produce content. I wouldn't be able to like exit that business and walk away from it. And frankly, like, it's more of a cash flow business. Like the info product, software, agency, like they all kind of have their place in the world, and info is definitely cash flow. But I guess, like, you know, the second reason is Club Closer is the only product I've sold for the last 3 years, right? We've got over 700 clients ourselves, hundreds of Trustpilot reviews, wins, and awards sent out for 10K plus a month. So we're very good at what we do, and that's all I focused on, because I don't believe in like diluting focus unless you truly believe in something. However, the opportunity came up where I started thinking about, and look, AI is presenting a lot of opportunities, and it's a big buzzword right now. And I was kind of thinking, well, like, you know, how can we differentiate ourselves in the industry with being at the forefront of innovation within the online sales space? And really, it's like, it is leveraging AI, as cliche as that sounds, but I don't believe AI is going to replace the sales rep. They're going to aid them in their day-to-day tasks, whether that's CRM management, whether that's workflow, client communications. There's a lot of companies doing things with AI integrations with Zoom and whatnot. But one of the things I thought about was like practice and giving sales reps the perfect practice ground, because really, like, after working with so many clients, we've realized that the biggest thing that determines a salesperson that enters into the industry and has no success versus those that have a significant amount of success really does come down to practice. And it sounds boring, but if you don't practice, you're not going to get the results. And oftentimes, like, we have clients complaining about like booking role plays with people, them not showing up, the quality of the practice session not being good because that person isn't great at sales, or they're not very good at acting. Because if you're playing prospect, you do kind of have to act. And then they're getting the feedback from the peers, and it's very sort of peer-led, which is, again, blind leading the blind. So like, well, how can we fix that? And the answer is AI. And we wanted to build a company that puts the sales rep first in practice and allows them to create an AI training ground in which they can role play with lifelike prospects that have a true narrative, just like a real prospect will push back like a real prospect will. And AI has moved a long way. I mean, even in the last 6 months, we've seen huge improvements in the interface of what's possible with interacting with AI. And yeah, that's the reason we built. We were like, well, this is going to allow sales reps to get better faster, also be able to give them actionable feedback after every single one of those practice calls. And now it's come on to the point where we are delivering feedback on every single sales call a sales reps has. Because really, like, and I can speak from my own experience here, I have a sales rep, I have quite a few sales reps on my team at this point. I can't review every single conversation or every single sales call they have. It's so time consuming. I'd be sat there for 5 hours plus every single day just reviewing live calls and conversations. So really what happens is sales reps only get analyzed on like less than 10% of their calls. So therefore it means that someone's looking at the 10% and then making the decision, okay, this is the thing you need to work on. From only seeing 10%, this is your blind spot, this is your weakness, go and apply it on 100% of your calls. In reality, like, if someone watched 100% of your calls and had a clear picture of exactly where you are as a sales rep, where your progression is, and notices exactly where your blind spots are, you're gonna get a hell of a lot of better feedback. And that's really what we wanted to integrate, is like having a coach in your back corner at any given moment that oversees all your sales interactions and gives you feedback from a holistic approach, instead of like, okay, you were having a shit day, or you started this objection handling process wrong, and therefore this is what you need to work on this one specific call. It's not the most actionable feedback. And yeah, I guess that's a quick overview of why I started Rep Arena. We launched the company in mid-October. So we've been live like 3 or so weeks now, which is great. We've got 35 users that have been using the tool, and we've had very positive feedback from them. Guys have been able to land roles faster, increase their commissions, which is sweet considering like it's so early. And it really does kind of create an environment which is affordable for everyone, because look, a lot of sales reps, they don't want to pay $5,000 for coaching. They don't even know what their weaknesses are. And if they don't know what their weaknesses are, why are they going to pay someone in order to fix them? So we wanted to make it like the same price as a gym membership. Go in, use the tool, see what your weak spots is, see how valuable we find it for a small investment, and then take it from there. But it's been a journey. Like the company and the way, like, I struggle to formulate my thoughts here because there's so much I want to say around what we can do and like what we've kind of done and how the company's evolved and how we see it evolving in the future. But because there are so many angles, but it's been great. It's been a journey. It's a lot different to building an info product. I do have a co-founder. I don't know if I mentioned that in this video yet, but I have a co-founder, Will, who's been fucking awesome. You'll meet him later on. We've got a meeting in a couple hours here. But he's been great. I actually started the company with a different co-founder who turned out not to be that great. We then had to, after getting a few beta users on, product kind of got made and we got proof of concept. I then had to stop working with him because I just didn't see a future where we could build the company I want to build with kind of him being 50% of it. So unfortunately we had to stop, restart the whole company, which again was a big pain, but I'm so glad we did it because we found Will, and Will's been amazing. And it really is true, like the quality of people you work with can really determine your outcomes. So taking the time in the early stages to do that was massively beneficial. But yeah, it's come a long way. We're now in the position where we're launching to the public. We've launched a couple of weeks ago. We've got a bunch of users on already that are very happy. And yeah, you can probably just tell I'm excited about it. And I want to go and show you it. I want to go show you the inside of it and sort of why we built it in the way we have. But I've got a couple more meetings now I need to attend. So I'm going to jump on those. You'll meet Will. And then I'll give you a tour of the software. And, you know, if you work in sales, how it's going to help you increase your close rate and, yeah, build a hell of a lot more confidence.
Yeah, I love that idea. I think that type of concept does really well as well. It's not like directly promotional, it's just like a day in the life of like building a software tool or something like that.
What would now be a good time to tell you that I've been filming some of this call?
Yeah, it would, man. It's a.
We're still so early.
It is early, and a lot of those early users, they're kind of early adopters, right? And that's a different thing to having just like a regular flow of inbound leads. So probably different behavior from their side as well. If churn is an issue, then clearly product is an issue. And then, if inbound leads is an issue, then clearly marketing and landing page and that kind of thing is an issue. So keep our finger on the pulse with that one.
Yeah, I did notice we had a couple more guys cancel their subscriptions this morning. One guy, Zlander, who hasn't used the tool at all. So I'm assuming he's just like not working in the space or whatever. I'm gonna reach out to him and figure out what's going on there.
Yeah.
All right, so just hopped off on Monday team meeting with Will. We speak most days, but we always have a meeting on Monday just to cross-check everything and things we're working on. And as you might have seen, there is a shitload to work on. It's super exciting, a project like this, because there's so much we want to do to improve it. And there's so many different avenues we can go down or things we can tweak and like continue to make better. And we often catch ourselves being like, all right, like here is actually where our focus needs to be. Like this other stuff can come, but like this is the priority. And it's good just to not hold each other accountable, that's the wrong thing to say, but like sanity check against each other that what we're doing is the right thing or what we're working on. Because as you've just met, Will is the kind of brains behind everything. He's the technical guy. He's the guy that's essentially built the tool and brought kind of my ideas to life. It's been super fun, like building with someone that has like vast, expansive knowledge on software, has built a company before, sold a company before, and it's just fun. I don't know how to describe it. It's just great building with someone that has the same excitement for it as you. Like my other two businesses I built, obviously I had teams, and I've got team members, but I was a solo founder, which can be really challenging because you're thinking about absolutely everything and you're responsible for all fronts. Whereas it's nice in this situation it's less stressful because you can hand off certain responsibilities, but you know that you're not like solely responsible for everything. And you can be like, well, here's my strength. I'm going to focus on these. So for me, sales, marketing, and, I guess product from a sales perspective. And then Will can focus on the technical stuff, actually building the thing, actually making sure it works, UI, UX, and then just cross-checking with me and like being like, hey, we can build that, or no, we can't build that. Here's what we need to do, etc., etc. So it's been great. Really love working with him. And, as I said before, we worked with the previous co-founder and things didn't work out. And it really just goes to show that who you work with is almost just as important as what you work on, because it can either like you build each other up or you can drag each other down. It's that classic saying, like whoever you spend your most time with is likely what you become. And I think we're a pretty good team at this point. I'm sure you'd agree. But yeah, all right. Got a couple more calls and things to work on. And then I'll see you later on today. So I wanted to give you a quick tour of the software and show you exactly what we've been working on the last couple months, because I'm pretty excited about it. So first things first is our main goal with this software is to complete the feedback loop. You can use this as your practice arena. You can use this to replicate sales calls in a real life scenario and then get feedback from those calls and then plug that feedback directly into another practice session or your live call. And whether you are a new sales rep or you're an existing sales rep selling for an online business right now, this tool will be immensely valuable for you. So first and foremost, let's say you are an existing sales rep, right? You're not going to want to go and role play any other offer other than the one you actually sell. So what you're able to do in the tool is you're actually able to go and upload the exact offer you sell for, and we can build that for you within the tool. So let's just take Club Closer for an example here. So if you type in the URL of Club Closer, it will then scrape the internet and find the website, looking at the offer details and collect it all in a page that then packs out exactly what the offer is and kind of guesses to a degree using AI who you actually sell to. So you can change all of this and customize it as much as you want. And the more detailed you patch out, the better. So offer names, obviously Club Closer, description, like what is it you actually do? So we create multi-six-figure year incomes, 100% remotely with the school you already have, capital and untapped industry. So you probably want to pack that out and make that a bit more clear. Who we go after, sales reps, offer type, B2C, price point, let's just put in 5K right now. Demographic, like this is where it gets really juicy. The more information you put in here of exactly who you sell to, their pain points, their desires, the common objections, the AI can build prospects for you off the back of that, and they're then going to be able to replicate true to life buyers for you to practice sales to. So once you take the time to pack this out, and obviously deliverables exactly what it is you're selling, you can then go and create a list of AI prospects. So if we click challenging, it will take a second to populate, but these will be built on the exact information that is here, and obviously all the information we have around what prospects typically act like, and how they push back, and how difficult they are sometimes. So once that's done, you'll be taken to your offer page with the prospects you can directly go and sell to, varying from different kind of levels of difficulty. And you can go ahead and just generate more. If you wanted to sell to someone easy, you can generate an easy prospect. So that's going to populate in a second, but what I can do is I can click on one of these prospects and I get a bit of context like you would in a real sales call. You would know a bit about that person from an appointment set or a booking form, whatever. Okay, so let's open up Emily. And I will know that Reggie, where he's at, he earns 4.5K a month, feels stagnated, he's drawn to remote work, needs training, etc., etc. And then it says what we sell. And then obviously the next logical step here would be to jump in and actually have a practice call. So you can jump in and take a full sales call with this AI replica, or you can jump in straight to discovery or objection handling. So for the sake of this, let's go and do a very quick bit of objection handling.
Look, this all sounds promising, but I'm not sure if it's the right fit for me right now. I've got a lot on my plate with my current role, I don't want to jump into something that might not pan out.
Okay, Reggie, that's very understandable. And for you, what makes it feel like this wouldn't pan out?
Well, honestly, I'm just worried about the investment. $5,000 is a chunk of change, and I need to make sure it's going to pay off. What if it doesn't work out the way you say?
Yeah, I can appreciate $5,000 is no small sum, but you also said that you're not sure if you're the right fit for this. Money aside, what's coming up for you?
Yeah, money's part of it, but I guess I'm just not convinced this will actually help me transition to remote sales without losing what I've got now. I've heard promises like this before that didn't deliver,
We could go on and keep objection handling, but you get the idea. And I could, if I was really rude to Reggie, he might hang up on me. Yeah, Reggie, you're right. I don't think you're a good fit for this at all, and I think you should stay stuck at $4,500 a month. No hard feelings, mate.
Whoa, that's a pretty blunt way to put it.
Obviously,
Look,
try and close your prospects, but for the sake of this, I'll just show you that it will hang up if you're not going on the right foot. And then what it would do afterwards is the call will automatically end and your feedback will be generated. In this case, because this snippet was so short, it's not going to give me feedback. As obviously we need a longer conversation in order to give you feedback that is effective. But what I can do is show you my call history. When I was doing a demo the other day, I went and did one with Holly. I believe Holly's got feedback. And I went in an objection handling. So when you finish a call, you'll be taken straight to the feedback page and it will kind of give you an overview of how the call went. Obviously, in this case, I only practice objection handling, so that's kind of all it's focusing on. But it will show you what the biggest needle mover is because, look, there's no point giving you feedback on a whole entire call. What sales reps need is they need to know exactly what they need to work on, and that needs to be very specific. So in this case, I need to improve objection handling. I need to focus directly on reframing the prospect's concern by tying the benefits of Rep Arena back to their specific pain and desires. And obviously it gives you some examples here, understand your concerns, how to handle it. I can obviously go to this and obviously get a clearer picture of it, and I can show transcript at this point. So actually it's right from the start that I need to work on. And what I can do is I can actually replay this exact call again, which is where the tool gets really powerful. I can replay it to a specific point in which I start messing up. So whether that's right at the start and I want to run it back with Holly again and practice these reframes, or I want to jump in later on in the call and try and save it there, I can do that. So that's kind of an overarching view of the tool, right? And obviously if you're a new sales rep, we've got some pre-built offers in here that you can go and pick from. And obviously it works the same. You have a list of prospects that you can go and sell to, and you'll get feedback just as always. But the exciting thing is you can really practice selling anything you want. Whether, the business you sell for, you want to practice that. If you want to go and practice and you've applied for a job with Alex Hormozi, Charlie Morgan, Joshua Kratz, whoever, the WAP team, you can go in and upload their offer onto the software and practice selling it. But the really exciting thing and what we've really worked on hard is actually making sure we're giving you feedback on your live calls too. So the software will integrate directly with your Fathom, and your live calls will be automatically uploaded here, or you can go and upload the transcript. So if you copy and paste the transcript into here, it will then be able to give you feedback on that specific live sales call you just had. So you can come in and you can see this was one of my sales reps calls. Uploaded it a few days ago, but it will show you what needs work. So his discovery is something that he needs to work on a bit, like improve question quality and layering during discovery. Instead of asking generic follow-ups, drill deeper into the specific pain points. When the prospect mentioned feeling overworked, can you describe particularly stressful gaze to gather more context and emotional depth? So really making them sit in the pain. So what can we do with this? Well, the benefit of getting feedback after every single call, instead of just like the end of the day or twice a week from a sales manager or a coach, is it means you're a lot more conscious in thinking about the work you're actually doing. And even like the feedback here, like I would say it's 80% of what you might get from your sales manager, but that sales manager is only looking at 10%. So therefore their feedback's not wholly accurate. At least with this, it is definitely accurate. And you're a lot more conscious because after every single call, you can look back and see what the improvement that needs to be made and how to actually work on it. And again, with a live call, we actually replicate your real life prospects in AI. So we'll take everything that's said in this transcript and you're able to replay right from the start of the call, and the AI will learn exactly what this prospect's like and build up a full persona for you, so that then you can practice back and fix your mistakes. So in discovery, for example, I might want to jump in at 4 minutes and run it back and make sure that I am getting more depth. But in this case, I believe Seb actually closed this call. This call was closed. So in that case, you might not want to review it, but there's a lot of calls. Obviously, if you're taking 5-6 sales calls every single day and you're only getting one looked at every 2 days, like this is going to be massive. But that's a real overview of the tool. We obviously are working on a hell of a lot in terms of getting this kind of holistic view of your whole sales performance. Obviously your live calls, how you're doing, your close rate, practice. Obviously I use this account for testing, so please don't roast my close rate on it. How many calls you're doing, how much time you're putting into practice. But yeah, that is an overview of the tool. We're doing updates to it every single week. One thing we're doing that you guys can jump in at straight away is we have a 7-day free trial live right now. So if you wanted to check out the software for yourself, go and hit the link below. There's a link to directly join Rep Arena and get 7 days for free, in which you can test your offer. You can get feedback on your calls, and you can really see what the tool is about and how beneficial it's going to be to integrate into your daily workflow. So yeah, there you go. Big overview of exactly what we do and how far the product has come. Now, the tool's not really about practicing more or putting more time into practice, but it's more so our focus is how to practice more efficiently so you can actually practice less but get better results. Because look, if you're in sales right now, you know you're not reviewing your calls as much as you should. You know it's a task. You know if you are reviewing your calls, you're looking at your phone, you're scrolling TikTok, you're scrolling LinkedIn, you're doing other things. You're not giving it the full attention it needs. So if someone's able to review your calls for you and deliver actionable feedback, telling you exactly where to get better, and then you jump into those practice sessions with that knowledge, it's only natural that you're going to get better a hell of a lot faster than just wasting time with kind of busy work or practice that like actually isn't moving the needle. And that's really what we're trying to focus on. And really, if you think about it, that's kind of what AI is doing to the world. And you as a sales rep can benefit from it. And frankly, if you want to be top of your game, you want to be industry leading, you should be using it in your workflows right now, because otherwise you are just going to get left behind. And I don't say that as like a scaremongering tactic. Like that is truthful. Like if you're not leveraging AI in your day to day, I mean, come on, man, like you're going to be like a dinosaur soon. But yeah, jokes aside, hope you like the tool. And if you want to get access to that 7-day free trial, you can go ahead and click the link below. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and finish off some work before I wrap up my day here. Alright, so that is my day pretty much wrapped. Just gonna finish cooking some dinner, and then I've got a few more bits of work I need to finish off before calling it a day for the evening. But yeah, man, super exciting times with the software. We've made a shitload of progress in the kind of last 4 weeks that we've been active. We're rolling out updates every single week. We're speaking to users very frequently, and some of the things you might have seen were kind of improvements in realism to the calls and more customization in terms of the practice sessions you can have. And yeah, I guess the main thing being we just launched a free trial. So if you are a sales rep or you're considering getting into the high ticket space, now is your opportunity to go and use the tool for 7 days for free and see if you like it. I mean, look, I'm fucking biased and I've got so much conviction in what we do that I truly believe every single sales rep will be better off by using the tool, practicing with it in an efficient and effective way, but then also using that feedback to bring onto their next call and making sure they're just conscious every single sales call that they are focused on improving and getting better results. But yeah, of course, I'm biased, but I'm very excited with what the future holds. Company's growing at a very good rate right now. And yeah, last thing I want is if you're a sales rep to get left behind whilst other closers evolve around you, which is why we want to put out the free trial and really give everyone, anyone that supports me, anyone that follows my content, the opportunity to use it and get a feel for it and really try and ingrain it in their everyday lives so they are getting the results they want at an affordable price, similar to a gym membership. You spend a lot of money going to the gym. What does having bigger muscles do for you? Yeah, sure, it gives you a bit of a confidence boost, but it doesn't boost your bank account. Sales training does. Improving on your skill sets will. But look, I'm not here to sell you on it. I'm just very excited about what we've built and the future of it and just seeing where we are in the next 6 months. Hopefully, I film another one of these videos before 6 months' time. I try and keep them fairly frequent if you like this style of content. Subscribe, like, comment, and yeah, go and play with the tool yourself. I'm excited to get your feedback, and if you do, drop a comment, let me know how it is. But yeah, we'll see you in the next one in hopefully sooner than 6 months.